I don't know how to do this. Okay. Indian.
Indian, and I moved to UK in 2008.
I lived here. I've been born here.
I was in States, America for a few years, for 5 years, and I was working there. What brought me UK? My husband. So we got married in the US, and he got a job in UK, and he asked me to come along with him. So I just tag along.
I used to work for another company of Collinson called International Customer Loyalty Program, and I worked there for 2.5 years. And after that, I got the opportunity to have a promotion as well as be transferred to London. So quite fortunate actually. And in 2019 was the year when I moved over here.
Right, so I'm a bit strange. I'm not particularly into hot, so I like it to be as cold as possible. And I pretty much like all the Scandinavian countries because I like the clean, the order, the design, I like the food. Yeah, so I suppose I'm probably a bit out there with holiday destinations. My husband also doesn't like the heat, so we like to go there in the winter when it's really, really cold.
Australia.
I was about to say Sydney because I've not been there. So, okay, nice.
Australia. I love the beach. I think I was a fish in my past life, so absolutely my zen moment is being near a beach and being in water and scuba diving or snorkeling. So yeah, Australia.
My favorite destination is Tanzania. So we did a safari for 10 days before kids. It was quite nice. It was feel like totally out of world, where you don't need to have any digital connections with anyone, and you just only you two just exploring the nature. I would recommend everyone to go to Tanzania.
Probably drink champagne. I'm really shallow.
Drinking.
Eating, I guess. So eating or doing something productive. And getting some quiet time to be in a focused moment.
My favorite thing is to just sit and do nothing.
Yeah, that is quite nice, especially if you don't have any kids. It's like a spa break.
ChatGPT in the recent few years, the reason is it saves so much time to search in Google. It just compiles all these searches into one go.
I know you've set the bar quite high because that's quite work related. I was thinking more like
Apple iPhone.
I'm going to say tomato ketchup. Such an innovation. Yeah, it causes everything. So ketchup.
I suppose I'm probably thinking the best invention, well, it's probably a washing machine because I wouldn't want to actually go to the river and wash it all myself, and seeing as my entire life revolves around Teams calls and dragging stuff out the washing machine, I'm going washing machine. God, that is way back in the mist of time for me because that was 11 years ago. So what was the reason that I joined Collinson?
I think the people, the products. I like traveling, so I have an affinity to travel. I think there's massive opportunity in the travel space and the travel ecosystem to really drive the next paradigm shift. So it's ripe for innovation, and Collinson's best place to drive that innovation.
I joined because of the people and the culture. I stayed because of the same.
The thing I bought most into were the people that interviewed me were really passionate about the company, and there's this real feeling of kind of entrepreneurial spirit that runs through the personality types that work for the company.
Being around with the people who always motivates you, inspire you, and I think be a catalyst to become better.
I love traveling. Till now I covered 35 countries. So I worked in travel for a while. I worked in Experience, Skyscanner. I really wanted to work for a travel company. So one of the reasons to work for a travel company. And second, the people similar to Olivia, people who interviewed me, and I met Bertie, Mo, and a few more people, and they were so passionate about the mission and the culture. For me, I had 5 offers that time when I had Collinson. The reason I joined, the highest weighted for me is the culture, because I can do any job, but if the culture is right. So yeah, the culture is quite a key, and the family-oriented business is very people care, and so yeah.
I suppose booking holidays would be difficult because you'd have to go back to, although there was some kind of magic to flicking through the pages of a a travel brochure, which I haven't seen for a long time.
I think the booking of the travel, you'd have to then end up going back to
You know these travel agents, you need to go there and book the holidays.
either be through teletext, if you remember teletext.
Teletext, to go back to teletext.
It's either teletext or ringing someone to see if there's a flight. I think that would be the biggest impact for sure.
How did it even work before the internet?
Currently doing a master's, but before that I graduated in a master's at Manchester University doing technology innovation management. That was over 2 decades ago. Before that I graduated in computer science, so BSc in computer science. Long time ago.
So I did my MBA from UK and I did entrepreneurship and innovation long time back from UK.
Okay, not a long time ago, but it still feels like a long time. Graduated in computer science, did my bachelor's from India, Delhi University. And after that, I did my master's in operational research. I think did a lot of statistics, mathematics, and all of that. So, yeah.
You're the numbers guy, like it.
I didn't graduate. I basically worked my way through different industries and found a kind of niche that I was really passionate about. And I think probably I shaped most of my career here at Collinson.
I think AI will impact the travel industry in many ways. One is it will connect the ecosystem together. It's quite fragmented right now.
People spend days and days searching for their planning for vacation, even before they are going on a vacation.
I think the next big thing, according to me, can be AI agents.
It's like a personal assistant and someone can do it for you.
When you travel, typically you use like 4 apps, maybe more. So using AI will be able to aggregate all of them things and really drive something that's quite really frictionless and something we can kind of use quite naturally, like a personal assistant.
Saving that much of time and hours from a people's life to book and plan a vacation and personalize it.
I think wider than that, it will drive some of that personalization because it'll be able to learn who I am, what I typically like doing, and then be able to offer that more and give me the next best step going forward.
My parents had a family business that was incredibly small in comparison to this, but it's got that same vibe. And I feel like we're kind of rooted in wanting Collinson to have all the success in the world.
I think it's an exciting, dynamic place to work with lots of opportunity.
So much opportunities to innovate and create, and I'm waiting for the day when I can tell a story to my kids like, okay, this is what I did, they were using it, this was my product.
Sublime. Yeah, I think that's how I would describe it. I think my years in Collinson have been quite fruitful, and that is one of the reasons, I think I've always tried to give everything back in return from in whatever ways possible. So the kind of integrity people have, the kind of passion people have, towards doing genuinely the most innovative things, that keeps Collinson always ahead of its game. And I think ahead of its competition as well. So yeah, I think it gives you the wings to fly. So
Well, I love. Delays is probably my most annoying thing.
Yeah, waiting. I'm not very good at waiting. Like security. Oh, awful.
Crying, shouting.
Or just with my husband, to be honest, in security, far too much. Nobody needs to queue.
Yeah, queues are the most annoying thing for me.
for me, it is carrying a lot of luggage. So maybe one day we will have that. I always go back to Harry Potter and Hermione's bag, where she would just pull all the stuff from the bag.
Yeah,
So I think maybe that day.
I'd put a lounge on Mars.
Well, obviously they create a lounge, shouldn't they, for you to wait in on your way back.
I know.
So you can have somewhere to relax before your flight back. I think that would be what I would do.
Or maybe insurance, a lounge and insurance.
I don't know if you want to insure against space travel.
Yeah. How much?
How many of you are coming back? It's 50-50, let's be honest.
Let's get like 1 million. It's a huge opportunity with a less margin.
Space traveler program or something, I think, which would allow people to take multiple trips through a rocket, multiple times, I think to Mars and back.
just travel as a whole, it's, people think it's mature, but I think it's ripe for innovation. With the input of all the new technologies, the metaverse, immersiveness, AI technologies, all these technologies play a pivotal role in travel to connect the person and being able to enhance their experience.
Achieving the perfect connected customer journey, that's what we're aiming for. That's the goal, right? What excites me is that one day we may achieve it.
I think a deep realization happened in the travel industry that data is such a thing which they need to start putting together so that it starts making sense in terms of making the right decision. So I think we are just getting started, to be honest, in the travel industry with data, and we have so many things to do.
Yeah, I think what excites me for the future, I don't want to plan, I don't want to book, I don't want to do anything. Someone just do it for me and tell me you have to go there.
Mind reading.
Mind reading, exactly that.
Read my mind, pack my bags, carry me to the lounge and get me a glass of champagne.
And just put me there.
Working with Prachi.
Oh.
I get to work with people like Mohit and others that really help me stretch my brain and help me learn from other perspectives, other disciplines. So it really helps me grow as a person. So it has to be the people.
So I worked in a lot of companies. I changed my career quite a lot. So till now, big companies and small companies, and this takes ages to build a connection. And I've been here only 5.5 months, and I feel like I built such a strong connection with Liv and Daniel. So it's been so connected. So yeah, I really like people care.
There is a good amount of freedom given to every individual as part of Collinson, which allows them to be innovative, be autonomous, and be as such wherein they can start, going beyond their limits.
There's quite a good entrepreneurial spirit within Collinson, where if you have a good idea, it can get backed and get into production. So I think that's, again, all them opportunities are for us to exploit and do something good with.